Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. The text came in at 2:17 a.m., lighting up the dark bedroom with a soft, accusing glow. What do you think about the name Daniel? I read it 3 times before my mind caught up with my eyes. Daniel. Not a random name. Not a name from a baby book or a family tree. A name with a history. A name I hadn't heard in years, but one I had never truly forgotten. I didn't reply right away. Beside me, my pregnant wife slept on her side, one hand resting protectively over the gentle curve of her stomach. Her breathing was slow, peaceful, innocent almost. I stared at the back of her head and felt something cold slide quietly into my chest. Because Daniel wasn't just a name. Daniel was him. The man she loved before me. In the morning she acted normal. Too normal. She hummed while making coffee, kissed my cheek, asked if I'd slept well. I watched her move around the kitchen like nothing had shifted in the universe overnight. I tried to sound casual. You texted me late, I said. About the baby name. Her shoulders stiffened for half a second. Barely noticeable unless you were looking for it. Oh yeah, she said lightly. Just thinking. Couldn't sleep. I nodded slowly. It's specific. She shrugged. It's a nice name. Nice. Just nice. I waited for her to add something, my cousin's name, a character from a book, your grandfather's middle name. Anything. She didn't. At first, I told myself I was overreacting. Pregnancy did strange things. Hormones. Memories. Random thoughts at 2 a.m. But doubt is quiet. It doesn't shout. It sits in the corner and watches. And once it's there, everything starts to look different. She began taking her phone into the bathroom again. Not every time. Just enough to notice. She smiled at messages she didn't mention. Said she was just tired when I asked what was wrong. Started walking in the evenings alone. Saying the doctor recommended light exercise. All small things. All explainable. All adding up to something I couldn't name. The first real crack came a week later. She fell asleep on the couch, one hand still holding her phone. The screen lit up with a new message. I didn't want to look. I told myself not to look. My hand reached for it anyway. Daniel. Did you tell him yet? My heart didn't race. It didn't pound. It just stopped. Quietly. Like a clock whose battery died. I opened the thread with shaking fingers. Weeks of messages. Careful. Emotional. Familiar in a way that made my stomach turn. I miss talking to you like this. I never stopped wondering what our life would have been. Seeing you pregnant, it should have been me. And her replies. Not stopping him. Not drawing lines. Just softer versions of yes. I put the phone back exactly where it was. Sat in the armchair across from her. And watched the woman I loved sleep. Memories came in waves. Our wedding vows, late-night laughter. The day she showed me the positive test with tears in her eyes. Moments that had once felt solid. Permanent. Now they felt rehearsed. Like scenes from a life I misunderstood. I didn't sleep that night. The confrontation happened quietly. No shouting. No slammed doors. Just 2 people sitting at the kitchen table with a truth neither of us could carry anymore. I saw the messages, I said. She closed her eyes. Not surprised. Just tired. How long? I asked. A few months. Are you in love with him? Silence filled the room like rising water. I don't know, she whispered. I thought I was over him. Then the pregnancy happened and I got scared and started thinking about old versions of my life. Old choices. Is the baby? No. Her answer was immediate. Certain. Your child. I swear. I believed her. Strangely, that wasn't the part breaking me. The name, I said softly. Why his name? Tears slid down her face. I wanted to know if I still felt something when I said it out loud. I thought if you liked it too. Maybe the past would feel less unfinished. Unfinished. Like our marriage was just a pause between chapters of a different love story. We sat there a long time. 2 people grieving different things. She was crying for confusion, for guilt, for the mess inside her heart. I was grieving something quieter. Certainty. Trust. The simple belief that love meant the same thing to both of us. I never meant to hurt you, she said. I know, I replied. And that was the worst part. Because villains are easy to leave. But broken people you still love? That's harder. I moved into the guest room a week later. Not out of anger. Out of clarity. Love shouldn't feel like competing with a ghost. We still spoke gently. Still went to doctor appointments together. Still shared silent dinners filled with things we couldn't fix. Some endings don't explode. They fade. The day our son was born, I held him first. Tiny. Warm. Real. A life untouched by our mistakes. "What's his name?" the nurse asked softly. I looked at my wife. Her eyes were red but calm, accepting something neither of us had wanted. I answered before she could. "Michael," I said. "My father's name. Not the past. Not a question. Not a wound. Just a beginning." Months later, we signed the papers without drama. She whispered, "I'm sorry," one last time. And I realized something strange. I wasn't angry anymore. Just older inside. Quieter. Stronger in a way heartbreak sometimes leaves behind. Sometimes people ask when I knew my marriage was over. It wasn't the messages. Or the confession. Or even the name. It was the moment I understood this. Love isn't just staying. It's choosing fully, clearly, without looking backward. And when someone can't do that, the bravest thing you can do is walk forward alone.